And it doesn't even matter what price they are, but they're $14.95. So we're kind of just giving those away, and there's like 300 to go around. Okay, we're moving on from ancient Roman times. We're coming into the modern style of lariats and tassels, and a really, really cool piece, an original, a real original from Skye. I love everything about this necklace, including the price, which is $27.95. This is what you want in fashion right now. You want layers, you want length, you want a lariat design, and you want the hottest accessory right now are those tassels or fringe, however which way you look at it. It's those pieces that have movement, that have all those flirty additional strands of solid stainless steel. It's a slinky, sexy chain link detail there at the bottom. You have two of those with big, bold, high polished end caps. You've got a double Rolo link chain and a phenomenal length of, let's see, how are we measuring this Frill Seeker? 36 inches. 36 inches in length, and it has an adjustable clasp right here. See this little slider? This actually slides up or slides down to put that lariat link wherever you want, and that's all done in crystals, all the way around. Howard designs all of his pieces impeccably. The architecture, the incredible artistry, the finishing, the polishing, the connections. I highly recommend you get some of his pieces home and go ahead and give them a full tour. See if they aren't everything that I say they are, because I really believe you're gonna come to know and love this collection and just be so thrilled with the affordability. You don't have to spend a fortune. He designs these in solid gold with diamonds. He designs these in platinum. He designs these with genuine gemstones. You get the look for less, and you get to try a new trend or try a new style. This is a lot of necklace for $27.95. 60% off, 60% off. It's fine jewelry without the price tag. And I love my designers as much as any of you, but let me tell you, I am very careful about how I spend my money. If I can get that look for a whole lot less, then I'd rather stretch it so I can have several new items instead of, you know, spending my entire paycheck on one handbag or one pair of shoes. I forgot, there's also colors too. Champagne steel is what I'm holding. We also have the gold tone and the rose tone. Here's the rose tone, which is so pretty. It's that beautiful blush color, sort of a coppery, high-end, feminine style. And then we've got the gold tone, which is gonna be also high polished, that looks so expensive in that gold tone. This is the item of the hour at $27.95. We are going to be most limited in the gold tone. I think it's the perfect way to sort of dress up an outfit. It's alluring, it makes a statement, and it doesn't require much effort. If you're like, Sarah, I just don't have time to, like, you know, be a fashionista, to read the magazines, to look at what's hot or what's not. You know, who has time for that? You have time to put on this necklace because there's no clasp, there's no closure. You don't have to ruin your manicure and try to find that spring ring closure. You throw it on, you adjust the slider so you can put that little lariat design wherever you want. If you want to sort of slide it up or down, can you show us how that works, Valerie, and you, because you've got the leverage here. Thank you so much. Yeah, so she can slide it down if you want just the little fringe at the bottom, or you could go up as high as you want. You could even do sort of a choker style and have two longer chains hanging down. I mean, there's really, really fun ways to wear it. That looks cool too, Valerie. I know she's wearing another necklace, but you can imagine if you're wearing a beautiful sort of plunging V neckline, this would look amazing. This also could be a look, because this design is front and back, that you could wear down the back of a dress. And you're seeing that too on the red carpet. If you have a dress that's sort of that revealing look in the back, you could wear the lariat hanging down your back. Just saying. Just saying, giving lots of options here. Rose gold over stainless steel, or that yellow tone, or you can even do the solid stainless steel color. I wish I had more of these. I don't think we've ever done this at 60% off, and it's everything you want in fashion right now. I mean, it really is like all the top trends in one. So you really can't make a mistake, because we kind of took all the guesswork out of it. Or I should say Howard did. I cannot take credit for his designs. I can only share with you everything that he wants you to know. It's that Lariat style, it's the Rolo link necklace, it's that wonderful crystal embellished slider that goes up and down, and then it's those beautiful silky, soft, flirty tassels at the bottom that are just fantastic. I could just see you wearing this with your tunics, with your little peasant tops, with a really cool sleeveless dress, and just rocking it, maybe with a moto jacket or a jean jacket. So much fun. When you have a piece like this, it looks so much more expensive than what it is. And it's kind of like one of those status symbols, you know, to have those accessories of the moment. And I know most of us will not be getting a trend or an accessory of the moment and spending a fortune in gold, because you're just not sure if you're gonna wear it every year or every season. This is that piece to jump on right now. It's not gonna last. I'm so glad